YouTube, what's going on? HeirofCarthage here on Galbraz. I'm going to be playing as the Empire, and travel time, my name there, is indicative of the fact that while you're watching this, I'm actually on a flight. I've got to go work this week. I do have my gaming laptop with me, so if I'm lucky enough to be able to try and get some games in while I'm out on the road, I will. And yeah, that's it. It's getting close to Wood Elves too, and I'm pretty excited for it. So I'm playing 4 great swords, 2 crossbows, 3 spears, 2 Empire captains on their Pegasus, 1 general of the Empire on a Griffin, and then I have an Empire Knight on each flank. Empire Knights won't do all that great if there's boar big guns around, but at least it'll give me something to try and counter some of the mobility with. In retrospect, though, I guess, I could just bring a whole lot more spears with one of these, and it may be worth it. But I don't know. We'll see. So I'm up against a giant and 5 big guns. Big guns are pretty good all-purpose infantry here. They don't have a lot of armor, and so they're not all that bad versus great swords, really, because they have such a strong charge. So they do really well on the charge. I have a light wizard as well, so I'm going to use that on the giant, and my opponent here is hanging out just outside of range, probably very much aware that that's going to be my intention. So he's got some broken tusk mob, boar biggins. He's got 2 he's got an orc shaman and a night goblin shaman. The orc shaman has Here We Go, and then the night goblin shaman is itchy nuisance and sneaky stabbing. So he's got a lot of magic on his side here, and he basically gave up a big boss in order to have the extra, or to have the giant and the extra shamans, and it means no black orcs too. So his guys will be susceptible to terror off my griffin, which is a benefit for me since there's no black orcs. The black orcs, of course, are immune. He does have a what are these guys? The 8-peak loonies here. These are the unbreakable night goblins. So he's come into range. I've fired at the biggins, maybe making him think that he can get his giant in here. But no. I'm going to put an overcast net on his giant, and I'm going to start firing at him with the crossbows. So this was the plan all along, and it manages to catch his night goblins. And then he gets stuck here with his general, and then these rusty arrows come in, and they're going to get stuck as well, because if you walk into this area of effect with the net, it will catch you. I can't believe these guys aren't caught. There it goes. Yeah. It's kind of goofy, but that's the way it works. So yeah, his biggins are going to win the charge really, really well here. And but I mean, my great swords are going to do immense damage. It's just that they're outnumbered. But I get very clean charge here on his loonies, and the giant is just about dead. Over here, I'm going to try to combine Empire Knights with my captain to see if we can take down the boar biggins. And then here, he's swinging his boar biggins, the tusk mob. He's swinging them into the center to try and help defeat my great swords. So I'm keeping this Empire Knight handy to make sure they can't charge straight through to my crossbows. Yeah, I'm winning some of the infantry fights, losing some of the infantry fights. With Here We Go and all the other stuff that he's throwing around out there, his guys are trading extremely well in the infantry fight. The best thing I have going for me is that I've gotten rid of his giant here for 0 value to him whatsoever. So that's a benefit for me at the moment. But yeah, my great sword's not performing here to their cost level because the Greenskins can punch so hard. Yeah. I'm starting to wonder whether or not I should just bring a ton of cheap infantry versus the Greenskins, just to try and hold up with numbers and reserves. I'm going to get hit by Night Shroud here, which isn't going to impact me a lot, but since my guys didn't get charged by the Tusk Mob, I was hoping I could at least hold these guys down for a while. I'm going to swing my Empire Captain in here and try and take out one of the Shamans. And he's got some big guns that have pushed forward back into my crossbows, which is not ideal for me. And his Orc War Boss is pushing through here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and net his War Boss and hold him still so that my General of the Empire can get a really good clean charge there. And he did get a really good clean charge, and it didn't cause a single bit of damage. I'd like to understand why that happens sometimes. Like, I have extremely unlucky charges with my generals, and it's like when someone's playing against me, if they charge 3 guys, they'll land all their charges, and it like kills my guys all at once. Fight's going pretty well for me here. He's going to have to use his potion of toughness and strength here. Strength is not a necessary one, though, but I think he's come in and he's used the potion of foolhardiness here as well, which is what he needed to keep his guy from routing. And now my general is going to get caught by a big boss and the war boss, so that's not an ideal position, so I'm going to have to bring in an Empire Captain to help in this throwdown. So I'm going to target his war boss with the Empire Captain. I get a good charge that time, which is nice. I've had to use my potions on the Empire Captain, or on the General of the Empire. And my other Empire Captain's out here getting rid of the Orc Shaman. So there'll be no more Here We Go from him, but he still has Wa on his war boss. His war boss did rout, and really what I should have done was gotten this guy out here to chase him. And I could have gotten him off the battlefield right there for free, so that was a mistake. It was a big mistake. And I was trying to intercept these Wolf Riders a little bit right here, the Moon Howlers, and I do kind of get to him. He's going to send a regrouped Boar Biggin over here to try and bring down my Empire Captain. It'll hold me momentarily, but it's not going to defeat me. Using these crossbows to just get as many kills as I can right now on his Biggins who are chasing the Light Wizard, which is unfortunate, but he's gotten a couple of nets in, so I figure he's kind of paid for himself. Here, my Empire Captain gets routed, and my General of the Empire gets routed, and my Empire Captain is stuck in combat, so this is not good for me. I don't have a lot of options here. I'm going to go ahead and clean up these Biggins and the Rusty Arrows back here, though. I don't want the Rusty Arrows firing away. And this infantry fight here in the center is taking forever because these Night Goblins won't break. They're going to fight to the death. My General of the Empire came back. Interestingly enough, he routs momentarily for no apparent reason. So see right here, it says wavering damage sustained. So at this point I was thinking, well, I've probably lost this. I don't see how I can pull it out. He's got his big boss, which is healthy. He's got his war boss, has used his potion. My skirmishers are dead. All I've got left out here is a light wizard, some very beat up characters, beat up spears, and a very almost dead General of the Empire who's beelining towards the white line in this game, not the red line. So I'm kind of thinking about how to take this fight here. I believe I still have my potions with this Empire Captain, which is good. And I decide, you know what? I almost got rid of this guy earlier. Let's get rid of him. There's no one out here to protect him. These units here are going to eat it one way or the other, so let's just get rid of the heroes for the Greenskins. If I can get rid of their heroes, the rest of their guys will break with the terror. And I don't know why I used Deadly Onslaught there. That was a misclick. I was really just trying to use Foe Seeker to get my general back here quicker. So the Orc Shaman's dead. The Night Goblin Shaman's still alive over here. And honestly, he would be a pretty good target right now because he's singled out. I got hit with an itchy nuisance there too. But I was trying to get a good charge on his war boss and get his war boss out of the fight. Obviously, that's going to be a challenge here, and I'm forced to use my potions with this Empire Captain. I definitely feel like this would have been the right target because all of his guys were busy over here with my spears and great swords. Fortunately, though, my Empire Captain's alive. Unfortunately, my Light Wizard's still being chased away by the Moon Howlers. So this is pretty not good for me. I got, like I said, a couple of spears, and I'm just going to keep these guys away so that I can try and use my flyers to help carry the day for me. We'll see whether or not it works. The Empire's flyers work decent against the Greenskins, but I feel like Chaos flyers and the Vampire flyers are better because they induce terror, and the Greenskins are much more susceptible to that terror. Now, the Moonhowler stopped chasing my Light Wizard for some odd reason, and they wanted to come back up here and run off a greatsword or something, a spearman, and so my Light Wizard comes back from routing. So there's potential that I might be able to get another net off with them. You can see the terror kicks in here when I attack with my general, and I'm able to rout a bunch of these Orc Biggins. And right now, the Potion of Foolhardiness is the only thing holding this Goblin Big Boss together. So he's going to vacate the premises. So we uncovered this Night Goblin Shaman here. Like I said, I'm just trying to shatter these units. His Moon Howlers have come back. I'm aware of my Light Wizard, and I'm trying to get him to cast a net on the Goblin Big Boss. So there's going to be a kind of a lull in the fighting here. I realize that these great swords need to stay alive, or else I'm going to start losing my leadership. Same thing with the Light Wizard. If he stays alive, I can stay in the air with my guys. It's going to be a very, very close fight here, though. You can see the balance bar is very in favor of the Greenskins here. These infantry are going to play very little role in the game. because they're going to rout almost immediately due to the terror on the general of the Empire, but if my general dies, I'm in trouble. My Empire captain does have enough punch to get through this big boss, and if I can successfully net the big boss, I can take him out. Now my opponent sees the returning light wizard, and he starts charging with his moon howlers. I react just a little bit late here, and I was like, one charge, and I should get rid of these moon howlers. And they do go down to 1, even 0 leadership, but because they were moving so fast, they get past my single character unit. And just seconds before my net hits the Goblin Big Boss, the Light Wizard gets killed. So like it was literally like 1 second from dropping the net. And it may have even dropped the net, but the net went away when the Light Wizard died or something. So I just go ahead and charge the Goblin Big Boss, and then I'm going to swing around and hit a rear charge here with my General of the Empire. So here I'm going to swing around, and boom. The terror is going to take hold on all the Greenskin units, including the Goblin Big Boss. So that's exactly what I wanted. So this is going to help me get the fight under control. So even though it looked kind of ugly for me momentarily, it's now very problematic for the Greenskins. And right here, the Goblin Big Boss shatters. So it's pretty much over. He does not have the troops. The balance bar is still saying it's in his favor, but that's absolutely not true. Now, his Night Goblin Shaman gets a whole bunch of work done right here, and I'm not really sure why, because his attack really isn't all that great. Only 280. And he doesn't have much armor. But yeah, he gets taken out. Night Goblin Shaman's not going to get the privilege of killing my Empire captain. So he gets crunched by the Griffin. Now at this point though, my Light Wizard's gone. All my ground forces are gone, so I'm going to suffer a leadership penalty for flyers only. So I can't stay in the air for terribly long, so I need to be attacking. And my opponent, I think, kind of should be trying to run away from me and force me to have a leadership penalty get inflicted, but he can't really run fast enough with his units, so as soon as I come down and hit these Orc Biggins, it pretty much ends the fight. So extremely close fight there. I was kind of lucky to pull that one out in the end. Gonna have to rethink this army. I've used a similar army this today. This time it was a Pyrrhic victory. Other times it was kind of like a valiant defeat. I'm not finding the great swords to be of that much value against the Greenskins, and I'm kind of curious, what do the rest of you like to use as the Empire going up against the Greenskins? Do you like to do the flying squad, or do you just keep your Empire leadership on the ground? Kind of curious what you're into when it comes to Empire versus Greenskins, because I find that the flyers for the Empire, like the Griffins, are good because they cause terror, but if your opponent loads up on Black Orcs, great swords lose to them big time, and then you got the magic and everything that comes in, like Itchy Nuisance and Sneaky Stabbing and all the other stuff, and it can get pretty rough. So, like I said, I'm curious to see what you all think. Hope you enjoyed this one. I appreciate all of you viewing. I love making these videos for you, and hopefully you're going to enjoy these while I'm out. I'll have them ready to upload each day so that you don't go without content. HeirofCarthage, signing out for now. I will see you soon.